Whoa, why do those waveforms look so trippy? So trippy. So trippy.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hidden Doors and High Scores, a podcast where four dudes talk about games. I'm Austin.
I'm Garrett.
I'm John.
And I'm Chris. Today we're talking about Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which is a platformer battle royale kind of game. Is that?
Yeah, a mini game battle royale.
Yeah, that came out in August of 2020. The reason we're talking about this, I should throw this out there right now because this game's pretty old, is that they just keep adding new stuff to it, which is
it was
great.
Time.
We're in the 6th season, I think, now, and they keep adding new maps and just new costumes and all kind of stuff to keep the game fun and fresh, and it's great. So I guess I should describe the gameplay a little bit. So what you do is you go into a battle royale setting. So there's like 60 people that play online against each other, and you're like these little jelly bean characters that you could dress up in wacky costumes and patterns and colors and all kinds of stuff.
It's a big part of the game is just like dressing up your jelly bean in silly outfits.
And you just you do an obstacle course of some kind, or you play tag as a team, just innumerable different little games.
Yeah, it feels like Mario Party mini games, kind of like the vibe,
Yeah.
But instead of playing with 4 players on your TV, you're playing with 60 players online, and if you lose, you're out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a battle royale, so people get knocked out every round and it whittles down until there's only a couple people left, and then there's, a winner at the end.
It's like if Fortnite and Mario Party had a baby.
Right. Yep. It's basically exactly what it is. Most people have probably, I think, at least heard of it by now. It was all the rage when it first came out. It was literally everywhere.
When was that? Like
August 2020.
August 2020. Okay,
they made it
when it was released.
Free to all PlayStation Plus users, so I'm sure that pulled in a ton of people, and then from that, just pulled more and more people.
And it was just pandemic phenomenon, kind of like Among Us. It was like, oh shit, there's this game that comes out that all my friends, we can all get on together and play. And it's
now we can.
And it's oh, that's true.
I should say they just came out recently with Crossplay, which they did not have at the launch. They didn't even have for a full year after the game released.
Yeah, it took a while.
Now that Crossplay is there, everyone can play together.
Who wants to play with Garrett on PlayStation? PC Master Race.
all Garrett does on PlayStation is, hang on, let me switch to the skin. It's the Epic skin that you can only have if you bought on the OG PlayStation 4 game. Oh, sorry, you're a noob. Get good.
Get good.
Get good. But the coolest thing I would say that they've added now is, obviously before it was always solo. You were always going against, you had 4 buddies, you and 3 buddies going against everyone. And now they've added duos and squads, so it's one team, one dream.
Right. So the way that squads work is a little different. So like in the normal game, if you're doing an obstacle course, it'll be like the first 30 people who get through move to the next round. Or if you're doing like an elimination game where you have to like jump over stuff, then it's like, first, when 15 people get eliminated, the game's over and everybody else moves on. Squads is different. And the way they make it work is that basically every second that you're like alive in an elimination game, you get a point for your team. So there's 4 of you on your team, or 2 or whatever. And so if the 4 of you all stay in a good amount of time, you'll score up a lot of points for your team. But it's also okay if like one guy gets knocked out super early, but one guy makes it to like the very end, like you'll probably still do well enough to pass, which is, I think, a really good improvement on the game. I really enjoy playing that a lot more than sitting around watching Garrett play for the rest of the round.
Yeah, agreed.
It was the opposite the other night. It was literally me and Garrett, and I was watching Garrett, and he's like, "Stop watching me! Stop watching me! Stop watching me!
Go away!
He's like, "I know you're watching me. Stop watching me."
I will say, side note, I have probably gotten more frustrated in this game than I have in all of Elden Ring.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if I can say that.
stupid other beans just hit you and knock you off, and it's not your fault. It's just because everyone's rushing. I get so frustrated with other people.
You know, it's a bold claim, but I very much understand. Like, yeah, there are moments in this game where you're like, all right, and I'm just going to jump over this thing, and then somebody else grabs you just as you're about to jump, and so you jump 1 inch off the ground and then fall on your face and die. Like, you
or just
son
like,
of a bitch.
Or even just like a slight jump or like a slight bump that just kills all of your forward momentum, and then you don't jump over
two
a gap
people
or
like
something.
jump up at the same time, and you just
yeah. The physics in this game is a little weird, a little wonky. I'd say at best.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of like it's almost intentional in this game. Like the way this game looks, the way the characters are designed, the way the levels are designed, it is like. I don't know. It feels like a children's TV show. Everything is like super bright neon colors. Everything is like looks like squish. It's made of squishy marshmallows. Like everything in this game is like very cute and silly. And I think part of just like the weird mechanics and stuff, it's just like, yeah, whatever. It's just fucking silly nonsense. Like,
yeah. And I would say like anyone can pick this game up and play it because your controls are run, jump, and grab, and dive.
Yep. And dive.
And and never more than that. And usually you can get away with just running and jumping, and that's fine.
Yeah, you almost never need to actually dive to get places. It can help, but you don't usually need to do it to pass a level.
Yeah, I very rarely dive.
Yeah. This game is cool because of like the fact we talked about a little bit that they keep updating it. They keep adding new courses and new, like, there's a lot of different games.
Fruit Shoot's like, no, the Fruit Shoot. Garrett's like, no, there's a hammer and it'll smack you to the finish line. And I was like, no, there's never a hammer. Yes, there is. And then there's a hammer, but it's on the right or left side and it just shoots you straight up. And if you don't hit it right, it hits you off. And I'm like, Garrett, what are you talking about? This is broken. He goes, no. It used to be in the center.
He's like, it's good at it.
Yeah, he's like, just get good.
The janky physics will sometimes push you exactly perfect.
He's like, no, you just get good.
But yeah, I love that some levels do that. They have a variety. Like that one example, the hammer is sometimes there, sometimes not, and the hammer will skip you to the end. Yeah. Sometimes levels have
exactly right,
but also right.
you can spend a full 5 minutes just trying to get that exact perfect timing and just get knocked off and never get there. Which I do love. I love that on a lot of the levels there's like a safe slow route and a very dangerous fast route.
Yeah.
It's good game design. It's fun whether you want to be the tortoise or the hare. And when you get that risky one and you get through, you're like, yes! But most of the time it's like, nah, bro, don't risk it. Don't go up the middle. Don't do it. It's a fool's errand.
Now, I would say, sadly, some of the games are just straight up bad. There are badly designed games.
All right, what's your least favorite game?
Least favorite is probably the tag one where it knocks out 50% of the group. It's like one of the first games sometimes you can get it.
Is it the Cooties Jinxed?
Yeah, that game's kind of garbage. I don't particularly love tail tag either. I think just because I think there are too many teams in tail tag because getting the tail is such a slow animation that like basically people just line up behind each other and just get a tail, and it's like
right. They're like, oh, he's about to get that tail. Let me stand behind him. Oh, he got it. Now it's mine. And by that time, the first guy has circled back around and steals it from the third guy, and it's just like, what are we doing?
I don't love tail tag, but I really love the race. The race games are my favorite. Like that.
I think all the race games.
Those are just pure joy to me. And it's just an obstacle course. Yep. Navigate it. However, like I
always
love all
a clusterfuck.
Yep.
I would say I don't like the races. I like elimination games a lot better. Like I think the Rhinos game is super, super fun. I think the jump game is really, really fun. I think the game. Well, the one there you come at you, I really like, and also just the one where you're on the the circular platform, and it like the pieces slowly drop out. The high bar and the low bar. Yeah, that I think that game is super fun. They used to have a really, really bad game for like the first 3 seasons. They had the fruit counting game, that was such a dumb
counting
game.
one.
The
Like it was
fruit
now
match.
it's fruit counting. Sorry, it was just
They still have that.
matched?
You can still get that game.
Oh my god!
You
Yeah,
can
I
still
just-
get that
No
game.
way.
I
I
just played today and got that game.
I was gonna say I just played it like an hour ago.
Oh, that game is
But-
so terrible.
and
though.
you didn't have to count.
They
fruit,
do
it's
have a
just
harder
the-
version
it's
of it,
just the
which is
stage.
really cool. There's actually a spinning platform in the middle that you have to keep jumping over and getting on the right spot. That's way better.
Great,
But
sure,
they still
whatever.
have the original.
That game just needed
Stupid.
something.
Although I will say that it doesn't reach all the way to the corners. So if one of the
Oh.
corner tiles is the answer and you go stand like in the far corner, you
Yep.
can just stand there
Yeah.
and it won't
You're
hit you.
just
Yeah.
good.
I really like the original Slime Climb, but they added a new one that I think is much harder.
Multiple occasions, I have finished one of those and won the whole thing because everyone else just died.
yeah,
Yeah.
They get
I've
stuck
seen
in
it
the
happen multiple times.
They've done a good job, I think, doing like the different themes throughout the seasons. Like first season was just, they just launched the game and there was just a bunch of sort of random stuff. And it was kind of, there was some sort of weird like Aztec sort of theming where like the doors and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
were
yeah.
originally designed as like Mayan temples, but then they like reskin them at the last minute to just be those like weird faces
Yeah.
with the teeth.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The door
Mhm,
bashing
mhm.
game. Yeah, apparently the whole game was originally sort of like Legends of the Hidden Temple
Oh,
kind of
okay.
vibes, and then they later just, I guess, scrapped it for a more I don't know, cute.
But then they went back to that in season 5.
all around.
They brought back the Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So they did like medieval, and that was cool. They did a bunch of courses with like big swinging axes, and then winter there was definitely some slidey.
Oh,
Yeah,
ice
there
stuff.
was
I don't know
one where
what
it
else
was
they
like
did.
the Triceratops, but it was 2 rolling snowballs, and the
Yeah.
ground would come out.
Oh yeah,
below
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So you just that was
Yeah,
good.
I like that game too. And then futuristic, I've seen a few things like they're mostly just like I've seen just
Yeah.
races, but they did add some cool like low gravity
Yeah.
sections and some like these like big pinball machines that like
It was-
fling you up
yeah.
with the paddles and stuff. Like
Garrett
there's
and I
some
played
cool
one of those the
stuff
other night.
there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You jump through you go from zero grav, full grav, zero grav, full grav. Yeah, it's kind of interesting concept.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's fun. The jungle stuff, the rhinos are great. I don't know what else.
Rhinos
is
were
jungle.
amazing.
Oh yeah, there's like a jungle like maze.
Yeah.
Where there's like a
Oh,
bunch of
yeah,
different
yeah.
like locked doors and you have to find your way through the maze. That one's kind of cool.
Fall Guys is currently $20, but on June 21st it becomes free to play. So I would honestly wait. It's a great game to add to your arsenal of co-op multiplayer games.
Okay, that's going to do it for us here at Hidden Doors and High Scores. Thank you so much for listening. Next time, we're going to be talking about Kirby and the Forbidden Land.
Forgotten.
Next time, we're going to be talking about Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I've forgotten the land already. Until next time, I'm Austin.
I'm Garrett.
I'm John.
And I'm Chris. You can find us at HDHS Gaming on every social media platform. Make sure to follow us on Twitter for notifications about our episode releases, and check us out on Twitch to see what we're going to be playing and talking about. All those links and a link to our Discord will be in the show notes for this episode. Come join us on Discord. We're getting more people to join us on Discord and play games with us. This is really working.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
send us questions, comments, concerns. Come play Fall Guys with us. We're sure we'll. If anybody hops in and said, "Do you want to play Fall Guys?" We will do it.
The answer is yes. 'Cause, we'll
We're
play for
always
a half hour, 40 minutes.
We're always hanging out, playing games there every night. We like it when people join in.
Until next time, keep dibbling those babs.
Keep
Keep
dibbling the babs.
dibbling.